Advise this when PD clears the scene safe for EMS.
10-2. That's engine 5, engine 11, engine 8. Track 1, ladder 5, ladder 2, district 1. The building next to 216 South Marshall Street reported a structure fire. Crosses are K Street at Hawthorne. You'll be on fire incident 2. One. PJ officer at 188 South Marshall calling it in saying it's that building there.
Alright, start me a 4th engine.
Engine 14, District 2.
Marshall Street in the area, possibly 188 for the structure fire.
Engine 5, found on 10-3.
5-10-3. Engine 15 respond to 216 South Marshall Street, 4th engine in. You'll be on fire incident 2.
It's a minor cut to the hand. They're refusing treatment. We're all set here, Chief. We'll leave you.
Bus 216 South Marshall Street for the structure fire. Crosses are Cape and Hawthorne. You'll be on fire incident 2.
I'm District 2. Patient's refusing treatment. Going to dismiss 14. This District 2's 10-8.
10-8 at 122. You're going to be the rehab bus 216 South Marshall Street for the structure fire. Crosses are Case at Hawthorne. You'll be on fire incident 2.
District 1, fire alarm.
District 2, it's going good. You probably just need a 112. We got 2 floors going. Whole building's going.
So, fire alarm. Brick, vacant, fully involved. Give me a 112.
Treatment 10-8, 622.
Set up, 2.5. Exposures.
14. Second alarm, 216 South Marshall Street, with the rest of the assignment to follow.
As far as fire, South Marshall responded.
2.
2. 14, engine 16, engine 9, ladder 6, District 2. 216 South Marshall Street on the structure fire. Crosses are Case at Hawthorne. You'll be on fire incident 2.
Farmington Avenue. I want you to come in from Farmington Avenue, and I want you set up.
You'll be on fire incident 2.
2 is 10-2. 10-2.
Transmit the 3rd alarm. I got a 2nd building going.
3rd alarm. Engine 2, engine 10, engine 7, ladder 4. 3rd alarm, 216 South Marshall Street with a 2nd building involved. Crosses are Case at Hawthorne. You'll be on fire incident 2. Engine 10, engine 7, ladder 4. 216 South Marshall Street, 3rd alarm. 2 buildings involved. Case is at Hartford. You'll be on fire incident 2.
Get a sign gun in that side yard there.
Command, Chief, I'm laying a 2.5 off 11s also.
Gun. Gun. District 1, District 2. Me. Getting that occupied emptied there?
What I'm working on.
These buildings gone, Sammy, so it's probably going to go right through.
Alarm. Need the power come to the scene. Here, you want to see? Come on. It's 10-2. District 1, all companies responding to the third alarm. Staging area will be Hawthorne. Hawthorne and South Marshall.
So Hawthorne.
Go ahead.
I want collapse zone set up. I don't want anybody near the building, okay? It's going to come down. Just stay away from it.
8B to 8A. What's the status? Up a deck gun.
Here. 1. 4. I want a 2.5.
Okay. We don't have a hydrant yet. Do you need one?
Good thing.
2A District 1. Behind us, we just need a feeder line. The truck's all set up waiting for water.
Block, come in off of Farmington Avenue. There's a hydrant right behind ladder 2 and feed them.
Corner Case and South Marshall, hydrant right there. South Marshall Command Fire Line. Training to respond with the rehab unit. Hey, so we're going to grab a 2.5 off of them. They're right behind 11. Junior, can you shut it down for a minute? 5A. Shut it down. I got a big kink.
The hydrant 14. Let me know when you want water, Phil.
10-2.
Alright, charge it.
5 minutes. Everybody in and around the buildings, we're getting some collapse already, so stay away. I want the collapse zones observed.
In. Available. We got a spot here in the parking lot near us on Laurel here. They can set up. Junior. Ladder 6, we're going to the back of the building.
Back of the building and find,
Hey, Ray, we got a hydrant on this corner right here. Back one, come in. Hey, Phil! So you got anybody coming in from the Laurel Street side? I think there's a shot to get it from the rear. We're laying in off Laurel Street. We got a shot from the rear.
Kevin, if you can, Stang gun, okay? Master stream?
Absolutely. 10-2. Up in the parking lot, we'll see you there.
Who's laying in 221 Laurel?
Rick, can you make the swing over here? Dean Roof, District 1.
Go ahead.
We need water.
Around, 15s is on their way around. They're going to be laying into you. Sammy, just back those people out of there, okay?
Renee, Junior, right with the 2.5. It's a hydrant. We're going to shut it down.
Engine 9, 10-2.
Engine 2, I need PD. I'm laying in the street. 14B, Ron, move them lines to 2.5 so the truck can get in there, please. 2 on South Marshall and Hawthorne. Charge line.
710-2.
Third alarm companies, come right up to the front of the building.
Hey, any more pressure on 2.5. 5A, you need another supply line in there? Hey, Junior, give me a little more pressure on 2.5. Working on it.
District 1.
Any luck with CLMP?
5.
Or in training?
5 page has been sent. Contreras, Lieutenant Martin's responding for FMO. Larkham for alarm and signal. Car 1, car 5 also responding.
East side.
5 Master Stream, 10-4, Chief. 14B, 14, let command know. Hawthorne Street's backing up with cars. We got supply line halfway across the road. Units, attack 1.
You gonna be able to go up higher than that? As high as you can and just come right down into it.
Hey, go ahead. Come back here so we can reposition. I can hit that D side. 8B to 8, let me know when you need it. 11 to 11A. June, shut the 2.5 down for a minute.
Command Engine 2. What do you got in the rear with you for engine companies?
We're just off. We have a stand gun in operation. We're just about to get a 2.5 going also.
Can you see the second building back there? The adjacent building? How bad is that involved back there?
Less than 10.
Repeat.
Be there less than 10 minutes.
10-4. Just on an update. 3 brick with exposures with building collapse. All companies working.
You want ladder 3 up there?
Call 15. Ready for that water? Hey. Division C to command. C to command. C to command. Get back a minute. Attack B. Come back out. We gotta reposition A.
Hey, can you give us a little more pressure here, Phil?
From Hawthorne Street. Lay up as tight as you can get up here from Hawthorne Street. Come right up back to ladder 5. In fact, if you can jump that supply line there, come right up into by the red car.
Into the command. Yeah, now we can see that second floor is definitely going pretty good.
In the back of that building.
6, ladder 6. Engine 1 was our 5th engine, correct?
Under rehab.
District 1-8, engine 1. Fire alarm, we're en route with the rehab.
The building to your right of the fire building?
District 1-A, engine 1, coming Hawthorne to South Marshall.
If you can just knock down some of that fire, as you go up.
To training division. Sure. Hydrant, engine 8 hydrant, charge that. Engine 8, Mike, is that you? The water's coming. 8, ladder 6, are you ready for water?
Car 1.
South Marshall.
To engine 8 hydrant. Charge that line.
Engine 7 from 5A. Do you have enough line back there?
8. You know, pressure for the 2.5.
I'm connecting another line from the hydrant.
Get 2.5 right to the front here, right where I'm standing.
Oh, we're taking it off engine 5. 2 roof, 2 driver. Latitude to 2 driver.
Be careful over there. Ladder 2 is up and running opposite you. Just, they may start to blow some stuff on you.
8-10-4. Engine 7, water's coming.
In the rehab, it's done soon.
We're working on another line to the hydrant. Hold on. Can't give you anymore. I got nothing here. One of our guns. Hey, Kyle, could you give us some lights up here, please? 15 to 15 driver. We're working on another line to the hydrant. Take the other end and hook it up to your supply. Kyle, turn on the breathing air up in the bucket, please. On to District 1. We have the rehab. We're going to set up on South Marshall and Hartford if that's what you want. Simple. Attack 1, coming.
Something about that, get a little more on that stang gun.
Second line from the hydrant come in. We're working on pressure now. You ready for this water? All right. Command. Building is starting to smoke up pretty good. It's going all right.
Yeah, you got any angle at all back there for any company?
Got engine 2 working back here. We got, I believe it's engine 7 working back here.
As far as that the exposure building there.
That's what we're working on, the exposure building.
I got a couple companies out here if you need manpower.
Okay, 10-4.
Operation. Command.
In West Hartford into the city?
Yeah.
Why don't you get them going, have them come into the city. East Hartford, West Hartford, and New Britain for now.
Hartford, West Hartford, and New Britain, 10-4.
Fire alarm car 52 is responding.
Pump, let me know when you're ready. Ladder 6 to ladder 6A, I had to shut it down a little bit. 14 time problem with water. Gone.
The command. Available engine company that could possibly land from Hawthorne. We got an issue with water here. I mean, we have some, we had to back down on the supplying ladder 6 because we're pulling a hydrant tray.
7 engine 5A. Having a pressure problem. We're trying to float it 2.5. It's kind of weak. You got anything else more for us?
Yeah. 14. Engine 14. Engines are committed.
Five 8 engine 7. Is that better? Hey, pump. Charge that line. Engine 7 from 5A. Is that better? Pump. Charge it. still use more if you got it. Power, there you go. District 2 to command.
District driver, you can turn the generator back on. You can throttle down on the pressure. Calling.
Just want to know if MDC was notified to come out.
Now.
District 1?
Near the scene also.
I thought I told you they are responding with the CLMP.
Pump, ready when you are, Rich.
Okay, charge it up, buddy. The ladder 5. Be aware we're going to be operating on your driver's side.
Difference?
Yet, I haven't got the water yet.
New hydrant, it's coming and it's coming slow.
Right. 16 engine 7, you're back in operation. Anytime you want to open up.
4. The 8 pump. 11, 8 to 11, how's the pressure now?
Notification for these outside towns coming in. You want an engine and ladder from each town?
District 1A to training division.
Quarters, I'll bring it up for you. 8A, how's that?
You know, the rehab unit is on scene. You don't have to go pick it up, it's already on scene. They'll be there shortly. Smoke pushing out, but no visible flames. Let me know if I can hit it over here. Good, District 1A. 2, you call? Dispatch. 2, 1A. Just to notify you, the rehab's on scene already. Hawthorne and South Marshall. We'll be there shortly. 3, District 1A. Want us to respond? Asking if you want us to respond. Negative, Blue, not this time. Here.
Simple.
Ladder 2 bucket.
Okay.
Gonna have to shut down one of those master streams. We got no more water for you.
Car 1. Car 1 is now South Marshall Street Command and District 1 is operations. Indication of which cars are en route. Car 3, car 4, no, car 4 is on the scene, but car 5, I believe, is en route.
Canada location's a problem.
Can you have car 3 give me a call on dispatch channel, please?
We got no angle at all out here on that exposure building. You know, any to fire, it's in the back. Everything's boarded up here in the front.
Command, the fire's through the roof on the exposure building. Command, fire. Response from car 9 at this time?
Also en route.
I haven't heard from car 3.
District 1 is operation. District 2 is Division C. Operations to Division C. Heard that the occupied exposure 2 over, right? There's nobody in it?
Evacuated and then ladder 4 verified it. back to exposure. You don't need our angle. I'm going to push you right back to that other, the second exposure going down. Exposure on the B side, but my angle is going to push you right to the following exposure going down through the other window.
Can you sweep the bulk of the fire off it?
No, you can see it. Half the building from half going back to the C.
Car 1.
Seat operations.
Attempt to reach either car 2 or car 3. I need to speak with one of them, please.
On the air.
Car 3, answer. Car 1, car 3, can you read me? Car 3, answer. I've got the farmers coming in to the city and I need to have someone do a call back. Can you assign someone to that task ASAP? 10-4, Chief.
You can get all the buildings.
I want to try and avoid, if I can help it, avoid the fire escape. I don't want to put them in a collapse zone unprotected like that.
Of course, it is a covered fire escape. 10-2 on South Marshall.
Fire alarm. Okay, dispatch ladder 3 to that scene, please. Special call.
Down to Hawthorne.
10-4. Have him go to the staging area, Hawthorne and South Marshall, report to the command post.
Ladder 3 responding with the rest of the companies to the staging area, Hawthorne at South Marshall. You'll be on fire incident 2, crosses our case in Hawthorne.
Hi, ladder 2.
Hawthorne at South Marshall. You'll be on fire incident 2.
Building over.
Operations. We only have just enough water to supply ladder 6. We had to shut our line down.
Is Division C.
C, go ahead.
6 the best use of,
Those companies from surrounding towns, can you give me the status, please? Anyone in the city yet?
Done, right next to this building.
Notified. Let me try to raise them on inner city.
And all EMS calls have been transferred over to HPD for primary first responder.
You ready? Just shifted engine 2.
42, put me 10-2.
2.
Operations. Apartment open on the number 3 floor, the 3rd building over, for a handline.
you got into the fire building.
But it's decent, it's towards the front of the building.
Team's gonna be on their way up.
4.
Yes.
4, you're calling operations.
Operations. We got the same situation. We got access to the 3rd floor apartment, further to the rear as well.
Hey, which one gets me the best shot at the fire building? Nope. Working on the exposure? Sir, hey, ladder 2, my concern is keeping the fire in the exposure and not getting into the occupied next to it, okay? Keep your lines, if anything, between the two to stop it up from jumping buildings. Tommy, you can do it again.
In that alley between the 2 buildings.
All the way in the rear, all the way in the front, the middle of the building, you should be fine. 2.
shut down one of those streams, like I told you. We're going to operate on 2.5, so we're not going to have enough water.
2 to 15, we got plenty of pressure, we're all set.
Take another line off for 15. We need the other line shut down up there. Two-way ladder 2, go with one good gun, that's it, one gun. 5 to command. It's working its way right up to you.
Boy, Rick, you got any angle at all on it?
Unfortunately, the fire, the part that's not burnt is burning underneath and just gradually working it up. We're hitting it all the way from the middle back.
Okay. Operations to engine 1. Address and come up the front of the building.
That second pipe down.
To car 1.
It's attack 1. You got all the pressure I can give you. Good. If you got to bring it down a little, that's good. Appreciate it.
Car 1. West Hartford at Sisson Avenue. New Britain's still responding. East Hartford was just coming into a town and I got smoke in the building at 18 Baltimore Street that I gave to them.
10-4. What's the assignment going to 18 Baltimore Street, please?
Hartford, engine and a ladder company for now in their... engine and a ladder company in their district.
Station here, off there.
Front of the building. Bring your crew up.
52 and 55 are on scene.
One pipe. Charge that 2.5.
Ladder 3.
Wait till you're now, Chief.
We got the message.
I can get one.
Notifying that we're having water pressure problems over here at this third alarm. Got one of them down.
They're shut down.
Operations engine 15. Not exposure.
CC is on scene. Where do you want them?
In the building, it's a command phone.
216 or are you at 188?
188. Floor center.
Any of those windows or anything?
Try to get into 1 or 2.
Another line up there? Engine 1.
1. We're making our way, Chief. We're almost there.
That's you, start for car 3.
After car 3. Car 3, go ahead.
The units are on scene on Baltimore Street. We're checking. There's a heavy odor from your fire in the area.
Hey, pump. Hey, go ahead. Back off on that 2.5 pressure just a little bit, okay? Hey, attack 1, how's that? Any better? A little bit less, please. Pick up where you had it.
This is smoke from the original fire. We're going to be clearing here. You can clear anybody else you got coming here.
I copy. Have you returning back to 1515 Main Street?
1-8 fire alarm. Okay, were you able to notify the on-call from Special Services?
On that.
Should be Lieutenant Taylor.
Now.
You're shooting a little low with that stun gun. Why don't you raise it up a little?
Oh.
Would you please contact Connecticut Transit and make them aware that we need a couple of buses here to provide temporary shelter for the residents of one of the exposure buildings. Car 9.
11-8. Put 2 and a half down, please.
B14. We need to adapter for that side connection. We don't have a front connection.
Hook up with the supply line.
We don't have an adapter for it to either the side or the front connection to the steamer.
9 to 9A. Division C. 7 to Division C. Come on over to the fences.
Morning, command. I'm gonna look for that 2 and a half. We just pulled 2 kids out of the building. We're gonna go back in.
That's, what, the occupied?
Oh, it's getting heavily clouded with smoke.
Supposed to be out of the, that occupied exposure. Any civilians in there? Make sure everybody's out of there.
Oh, command, we checked every door. If you want us to force every door, we'll do that.
Came across 2 kids in there.
Oh, command, you want us to force the doors?
Make sure everybody's out of there.
Attack 1, engine 8. Again. Get up to this occupied building yet?
Please.
We'll be helping you out. We're waiting on you.
Fucking up.
14, Bill.
You have to bring that 2 and a half from your piece. It may have to be a long way. I don't know.
Special Services rep to respond.
We just tried 2. We're getting no calls, no answers back on messages. We're trying it for a third.
What's the man? Line, you want us to man? We're going to have to find one. Make one up and take it up into that 3rd floor. 3rd floor of the occupied exposure.
Go in this occupied building and start checking the rest of these apartments, helping ladder 4. Operations. Getting into the other occupied ones. People coming out complaining it's filled with smoke.
9 to 9A, you can charge it. 2 up.
3 up.
Operation. Be advised, all engine companies are tied up with the water. They can't steer anymore. Take it from this side of the fire. I got 9s down here. I got your piece. I got 8s. A long way, but we got to get them someplace.
Command. Engine 1 to command. We took over 15's line.
What's your message again?
We relieved 15 with the line. We moved over to the next window, and we're headed to the other building.
1, on the 3rd floor, there's another length of high-rise stack. If you want to add on to it, let the pump know to shut down.
10-4, we're okay right now.
15 hydrant. 15 hydrant.
Hydrants coming out right now.
Operations.
14.
Took a hydrant off of Hawthorne. We're at 10-inch main. We're all set with water back there. We're going to go back in operation with a stand gun.
Can you position that stand gun to get that exposure building?
Chief, we're going to see if we might have to cut the fence. I'm going to take a look now.
Backyard. You don't got a lot of room between the building and the fence. You'll be in the collapse zone. But do you got a better angle on it where you move over so you get lined up with it better?
We're here now to take a look.
My real concern at this point is that the number 2 building there going up.
1A.
Number 3. 2 is complete.
You went further into the building then, correct? That second entryway?
We waited all the way to the end of the building on number 2. Now we're on 3.
When you guys done, come back outside and meet me up front. 11A through 11, hold up.
Notified Connecticut Transit, they cannot get any drivers in before 4 a.m. Do you still want them?
When can they get drivers? Do you know?
4 a.m.
Thank you very much.
10-4, you still want them to respond?
Need them at that time. I can't really tell for certain, but have them respond at 4 a.m. would be helpful. I'm going to hook up the hotel backs now.
14, I'll be right there.
Hey. On that initial building?
We backed up from the rear. We're heading to the front of the building now on number 3. So far negative.
Well, I'm in adjacent building. We got to go through this one too, so it's kind of light smoke conditions. So just come on over, start knocking on doors, okay?
Now.
Start flexing that for a little while. I'm going to hook up the other one. You just see the ladder 6? 6, go ahead. Get that a little higher. Raise a little bit, see what I can do. Need a type 1. Gary and Randy are starting from the rear and meeting in the middle. Vern and I are starting from the front. We're heading up from there. Front myself. Now, don't take any doors out. Just knock on them. I already did the first floor. 2. 11, do you have enough now? 4. Up, I gotta hook up another leg. 11A to 11, hold up, I gotta hook up another link. Going anywhere.
Come on, guy, what's your message? Engine 1, guy, what's your message?
Ladder 6 to operations.
Engine 15 operations.
Up to the building.
Operation.
Evacuate people out of number 212. 53 is 10-2 dispatch center.
Let's see.
8 to 11, hold up. One more length, I gotta hook up.
Operations. Over there, I can't really see anything at all. There's 2 buildings over from where we are, correct?
Building. You got the fire building, and then the exposure building was the building next door. So it'll be number 2 in line.
Operation.
Unit.
Engine 14A. know that you guys shut down the ladder 6 driver, know that?
I want to hook you up, hook you back up in a second there. We'll be right with you.
$11A to 11, yeah, that's all the 2.5. You want me to hook it up to the discharge?
C to District 1. Operation.
Get the hell get on. Did you get hold of anyone from the machine shop?
Operations.
Believe they've been notified. I'll double check.
C to Division C.
Go ahead.
2 buildings over from the fire building. You want that one evacuated? We still got people in here. 4. They were supposed to be evacuated. Over from the fire building.
Evacuate them.
Boom.
District 1A fire alarm. Any luck with the shop? Nice.
4.
Unit that was? The car 7?
Talking to my partner right now. We're trying to get a time to coordinate.
Cap, I'm having a hard time making you out. Operations. We evacuated those who answered the door, banged on the door quite hard for those who did not. So a few of them probably already out on the street. You want that light shut down? Is that it? No, we're gonna move it. 7A to 11. About another 40 feet.
District 1. Machine shop confirmed. Responding 10 to 15.
That one?
Car 7.
District 1A to car 7. Are you on the air? Hey.
Car 1.
I was recently notified that Lieutenant Taylor from Special Services is responding to the scene.
I copy.
Third floor, you might just be too high to actually get an angle on it. Fire's in the cock lock, so you should be able from number 2 to push it up.
District 1, car 7, trying to read you.
7. Call me. 4. We're going to need a representative from machine shop to pick up the spare rehab and respond to the scene from Farmington Avenue. We have to relocate some tenants.
All right, simple. The ladder 6. Go ahead. Keep that 3rd floor window would be good. Floor window? Try to make the 3rd floor window.
7A, trying to get a 2.5.
4. 15A. What's that handgun for us? Somebody's here trying to break this line out. Hold on 1 second. Wasn't any water coming? Operation. 7's up here operating. I guess engine 1 has been relieved by them.
I think that's engine 1's crew.
You want to answer the call?
TNA, can you give us a little more pressure?
They're with them because they've been on air for a while, so when they run out or when their bottles are done, you can switch over with them. 2nd floor?
One to car 3. out there, Chief? I've got someone in the district right now trying to make the call back. Just got relieved now. Car 3 to Car 1, I'll be covering as District 3 until 1 comes in.
Able to get around the back other than your position. We got any? I mean, what's the fire conditions like back there? Do you got any live fire?
Back loft area, 3rd floor.
Building. 2 lines in the building next to it on the 2nd floor. It's 15s and 11s, and they're playing up into the cock loft. So you should see some progress being made there soon.
I think we're making it now when we got this second one working. Meet me out front to change bottles. Engine 1.
Under 1A.
Engine 1 driver, what's your location?
Now.
5 West Line Street.
Here.
Guns in the window.
Fire alarm, car 1.
Let me see if I can. Fire alarm.
Transit just called back. They can get 1 bus down by 4:15.
We have a bus at the corner of... Could you repeat that, please?
Connecticut Transit is sending down 1 bus and should be there by 4:15.
Copy. Connecticut Transit, here at 4:15. Thank you very much. Pump, how's that? You're still hitting us back here.
Still need a little more, 14A.
Is the ladder 2? You want to come down on it?
Well said.
On to Engine 1 driver, what is your location?
Yeah, I'm coming down to the rear bus. Where you guys at?
Keep heading that way.
Dispatch, East Hartford units are on scene. 285 West 1. 3-story brick, nothing shown. We'll be checking.
Hartford, have you on scene?
42 to command.
5.
Stand by.
Guy coming out of here. We're going to be behind him in a minute. Got 1 guy coming out of there. We're going to be right behind him in a few minutes. This is Steve, 7-5. I'm operating on the District corner. Master smoke coming to traction and masonry on the upper floors of this tower. Operation Digit 7.
7.
Mike, is one of your guys in the back by himself?
2 of my guys back here.
District 3 of West Hartford, 59 Canterbury Street, reported smoke in the area. Crosses are Plainfield at Westbourne Parkway. You'll be on fire incident 3. That's District 3, West Hartford, 59 Canterbury Street, reported smoke in the area. Crosses are Plainfield and Westbourne Parkway. Fire incident 3.
10-4, 59 Canterbury.
Force the building. Okay.
Come into operations. Your BC corner is starting to lose its integrity. That's what the message was.
There.
East Harbor, car 3. Violent Street, smoke from Marshall Street. East Harbor units are clear, returning to station 2.
I copy 306. And your 10-2 time was 2:58.
310-2, checking.
2.
Is our location at 59 Canterbury.
You 16?
Out here.
14A. What's our supply?
We got lots of water. The water out here.
What's happening on the scene? They're going to check the building just for the tenant. Most likely it's the smoke coming from the third alarm. 310-2, 10-8.
10-8, 310, 10-2, 307.
Car 51, the fire alarm. Thanks, South Marshall.
Not there. Command from car 5.
District 1A fire alarm. What was that last unit?
Car 5-1.
District 1A.
Deck 1.
Seeing ya. They may want to be notified that the tack's down on Hawthorne Street, on the corner of Hawthorne and Marshall, so that's where they're going to have to change the bottles out. Is all set. This is smoke from your other alarm.
What's the ETA on the spare rehab? And also, do you have extra personnel for bottles?
We have one en route right now, just left training, and I'll let you know in a couple seconds on the birds for the bottles. They should be right behind me.
Spare rehab will come in off of Farmington Avenue. And an extra shop for bottles will go to Hawthorne and South Marshall.
Boy, you want the rehab on Farmington Avenue?
1A car 7. Have that spare rehab go to the Mark Twain parking lot on Forest Street.
Deputy here. Your available time was 3:14. Your 10-2 arrival time was 3:09.
Quinn 3 received. Alarm. Notify Connecticut Transit when they are able to respond with a bus. To have that bus report to the Mark Twain House parking lot on Forest Street.
Swapping out. We're down to one bottle left, spare bottle.
Operations to Division C.
Division C.
Come back there.
Roof just came down back here, so it looks like it just burned through the top. And obviously the wall back here is about ready to come down on the top portion. We got the lines working and we're making progress.
Roof and wall issue, is that gonna be a positive for you guys?
Away.
That comes down, is that gonna benefit you? Give you a better shot at it?
Actually, it's giving ladder 6 a better shot at it right now. 6, you're overrunning.
The transit actually en route and responding to the Mark Twain House.
Much. I really appreciate it.
District 1A2, alarm and signal.
Go ahead and take a break.
Can you acquire some batteries and report to the command post?
Four, how many do you need?
Command up.
As many as you can get to the scene.
Engine C, I'm sending engine 7 out to take a break.
You got any visible? I mean, you guys hitting a fire up there?
We got a visible. We're in. We're still going pretty good.
Knocking it down at all?
Hey, you gonna have somebody down the shop for the guys coming back for callback?
What is going in now?
Like it's through the roof?
Street operation, a lot of 5 operation. 4 is away up towards you. Rehab. Because it's burning under the unburned roof right now, and then falls in, we hit it.
Ladder 3, take a walk forward in the building and see if you got a better angle if you move forward. Ladder 4?
Hanson.
Do you need release yet?
In a couple of minutes, because we're getting low on our Scott.
11 operations, we're right next to ladder 4, we're leaving them.
Say again, 11?
4 rear, we're relieving ladder 4.
3, when you need relief, let me know.
Reoperation. We're going to move this line forward to a couple rooms so we can get a better angle than what we have now. Car 7, District 1A. 1A. Give me 3700. Engine 2, pump to operations. Civilian is coming down, I guess it would be the Bravo side of the occupied building. Blue tank top, white shorts. If you could have the PD remove him.
Alright, which building, Rich? We can't even see the front of the building teared off.
Move it down between the 2 occupied buildings. It's like the 3rd time we've told them to get out of here. Top, white shorts, and corduroy hair.
Back 1, District 1A.
Engine 2 pump then, to operation. Nay.
20 more PSI in the line.
What I got?
Air 6, are you hitting us back here?
Getting the fire coming through the roof.
Operations to engine 2A?
I was just checking to see if you located that party. He was trying to get into the building.
Moved him from the scene. He won't be a problem anymore.
Thanks. That was the 3rd try.
You're out.
Chief, we're gonna come to 6 break. Okay.
Anybody up there to relieve you? Teams will be up there.
Engine 16.
Car 7.
ahead.
I think I need those bottles ASAP. We're out.
4, man's en route. Should be there in a moment. 1A. And also for your information, Connecticut Transit bus is also on scene. Okay, 10-4. It's the same location on 4th Street. Oh, we're people now.
You're overshooting a little bit. Further down.
Fire alarm. Need from Special Services.
7, I guess Lieutenant Taylor, we got a hold of him finally. He is responding.
I'm sorry, who do you have responding?
1, Lieutenant Taylor.
Go ahead.
Good look from up there, Cap.
So, have some visible fire on the rear C-side.
4, I'm thinking about shutting these lines down because we're pretty much not doing anything since the roof came down.
Shut down for a while.
Figure you could keep operating from up there because you could see it. It should be coming through the roof, no?
Coming through the wall. Okay, we'll keep operating.
Car 7, ID me at 3001, please.
001, 10-4. Dispatch car 7.
Perfect operation. They're shutting hand lines down, so we took this other deck on them. Hand lines down, can we open up our second deck gun?
See what happens.
Ladder 2 bucket to engine 15. 2 to engine 2 pump. Hey Rich, set us down, let us 3 o'clock.
You down.
2 bucket to engine 15. Ladder 2 to engine 15.
Good.
They still operating at 2.5?
Still operating.
Let me know when they stop so I can open up the second deck gun, okay?
Tommy, open it up. See what... Just run it for a minute.
We'll open it up.
14A, shut us down over here.
Engine 16. How you making out? Let me know when you are low on air. I'll get replacement up there for you.
That's the best I can do for you now, but you might have to shut it down.
No, John, thanks.
150 pounds, John.
Bottles again.
Engine 10.
The tree. You just see the ladder 6.
6, go ahead.
Back corner, can you get that, or is it too difficult with the trees?
A little bit more, we're going to try to get it. We see what you're talking about.
Division C to operations. Yeah, I've shut down all the lines over here. It looks pretty clear. Only stuff is up in the roof area that ladder 6 is now hitting.
Looks like it's moved all up to the front now. Just to the rehab unit.
There, ladder 6.
Lieutenant Diaz. We can get a load of water around the back to all the guys in Division C.
I'll take a cooler that way.
Maybe take it around in a car or something. They're over on Laurel Street.
C2 to rehab. Go 52. Case is a Gatorade back here by where District 2 is.
What's that right now?
Case is back in the back parking lot.
Found it all lower into that roof. Digit 10. PO back out to the Ristim, their short one.
Car 1.
Chief Theory, can you reach him for me, please? I can't seem to. 9.
9. 1.
1. I've got media in front of the building. Well, to the south of the building. Right over. How far away are you? I just want to make sure they stand fast. Almost in front of the building.
Engine 9 to ladder 5. Engine 9 to ladder 5. We're operating below you. Do you see any visible fire on the deep side here?
To your left, past those railings, second window, right where the yellow line's hitting it.
2 pumps, engine 2. Reason I got a little more coming in, I boosted the pressure a little bit. How's the stream? Very nice. Go in. 14A. Don't ask after it, Decker.
All right now.
Fire alarm from spare engine 7.
7.
Yes, be advised, we have 4 members for spare apparatus. Can you find out where they would like us to locate? 14A, shut it down.
10-4. 10 operations. This is 10 operations. Kitty cat needs to come out.
Can you call in here?
Then go ahead.
The dispatch, please.
4.
What time was that at?
Operation.
14 pumps out of 6. Go ahead, 14 pump. I'll give you other line a try and see if we got enough, we should have enough water here. You can try your other line. Position a little bit. I'll let you know when we're going to open it.
Vision C to ladder 6.
Yeah, Chief.
The CD corner. If you can knock some of those bricks out of there, you'll be able to get that.
All right.
16. You guys see there yet?
1 minute. I'll call you back. We're doing good.
Ladder 4? You guys out of here?
The rehab.
Okay. Who relieved you?
11 did.
2.
3, ma'am. You can put us on the air and available for calls.
3.
To fire alarm. 3 to fire alarm. 3 was having command of District 3. I'm relieving command of District 3. And there's a District 3 established already.
You're back at vehicle 3.
I'm 10-2 at the fire scene at the moment.
11-6. Is that the second exposure or the occupied exposure towards that rear? Copy.
Repeat that message.
Yeah, is that the exposure number 2, or is that the occupied exposure going up?
Exposure number 2. The second building in.
Let me give you a hand.
4. Engine 4.
Dead.
Engine 2's house for the company. East Hartford there, please.
4, engine 2.
Dispatch. The gas company and electrical company to the South Marshall scene, preparing for a disconnect, emergency disconnect.
I believe CLMP was on scene. Did they leave?
You search for a minute. I'll get back.
Still.
14A, give us a little more pressure if you could. Engine 5, command, engine 5, operations. Visually companies you have in the city and where they're located.
East Hartford has an engine and ladder in their district at engine 2's house. West Hartford, Quint, house 11. And New Britain engine and a ladder is at house 1.
Set up, blue or what?
Thank you.
The reports of alarms activated the building at 330 Laurel Street. Do you want me to send a first due or send an assignment?
Fuck.
3 to car 3.
Could you give me a call on my cell phone, please?
Fire alarm. Are you shipping the box for that address?
Yep, 10-4. Can you call here on the landline, please?
330 Laurel.
54 from 52.
Last unit?
3, do you have this on a fire dispatch channel?
I'll have you on fire dispatch. I'm trying to get this straightened out. Head over to 330 Laurel Street. 330 Laurel Street. Meet up with my district. A report of smoke going on.
In 4 responding to that also. Spirit in 4.
4 got you en route. Hartford. Copy on there. That page, disregard that page to Laurel Street.
Already all here.
10-4.
All right.
3.
Set off due to the smoke from the fire down the street. We just told first engine for a reset. You can dismiss the rest of the assignment.
Yeah, got you clear. 422, 10-2, 420. There for you on scene.
Engine 10.
4 is 10-2 in Laurel.
4, I'll have you 10-2. Holding you. Rest the assignment for Laurel Street dismissed to order the District 3.
Get downstairs then.
It's 10-8.
3, I had you 10-8 at 422. You arrived at 420. Engine 4 standing on scene. The rest of the assignment's dismissed.
1. Doing.
Rehab.
My ladder 2. I want you to stand by up here for the next group to go in.
Bad, you start with car 3.
3 East, sir.
3 units are clear of Laurel Street, returning to station 2.
Copy, 428.
B. 10B. Division C to ladder 6. Division C, ladder 6, answering. You looking up there? We'll have visible fire in the center of the building. Ladder 5 bucket and ladder 6 bucket are hitting it now. And also on the D rear, I guess 14s is hitting it with their stun gun. Visible fire. Yeah, we're having a problem getting at it because the roof fell down and covering us from getting at it. So we're trying to knock down some of the bricks. We'll try to hit it from here. These trees are blocking our way. We'll try to hit it from here.
Fire alarm from a spare engine 4.
Go ahead. Car 4, if you can hear me, go with your message.
Spare engine 4. We're going to be 10-8 from a 745. The alarm has been reset. And how are you reading this radio?
Gee, but it came over this time. Be advised, you're no longer spare 4. You're going to be just regular engine 4. Back to engine 2's house. West Hartford and New Britain cleared the scene, correct?
East Hartford on scene. Have cleared.
Jack 1, engine 16. I'll be relieving you. When you guys come out, we're over behind ladder 2. That's the visualization. West Hartford, Quinn 3 to fire alarm. We're back in quarters.
We got you back in quarters.
Do you still have invisible on the fire?
Operation. Way right to the front. So the angles, ladder 2's got the best shot now.
Trying to get a good angle on it? That came through.
So I was just saying the best up near where engine 10 have that line. We hitting this very spottedly. We're having a difficult time hitting it from the second floor.
But if you're on number 3, aren't you equal with it? Will you just be shooting under it?
Number 2, we're shooting under it. We're getting access to it a little bit, but the third floor is the best place to hit it.
We moved you down to 2 so that you could shoot up into the cock loft. If you're up at 3, aren't you on level with it?
2, we're shooting up in the cock loft and we're hitting it, but again, we can't hit it that good.
TAC 1. Yeah, go on up and relieve them, and if you take a look at, if you want to move the line, go ahead.
The building or the rear of the building? Middle of the building.
Fire alarm under 1.
Stand by for location.
On operations. Oh, there's really not too much.
We're going to be going to engine 14 south.
Much of anything, but we'll just keep an eye on it.
Engine 4, engine 14 south.
Visible fire up there?
Vantage point, a little bit towards the front, but that's where the trucks are working at it, but nothing that we can get at right now.
53, the car, District 3.
On District 3.
53, Chief. You have a box alarm coming in at 225 South Marshall Street. How do you want to dispatch that?
All right, give me 2 engines and a ladder. I'll be heading over there.
Fire alarm. What's that address again?
South Marshall Street at the Salvation Army building.
Disregard that. That building's been evacuated.
District 3.
Pump it out of 6. Yeah, but I think if you come to your left and come around that tree, you can get to it from the saddle here. Or to the left a little bit more.
Fire alarm, car 7.
Pump. Can you set that down again? Pump that.
District 1.
We're going to have a company go over to 225 Laurel just to verify. Probably just smoke in the area.
Copy.
Operation.
7.
Back here. Everything else has to be done from the top. Can't see anything from back there anymore.
Did they bring you water and stuff?
10-4. I'm going to send engine 2 and engine 14 to rehab.
Here to the front, or are you going to do it in the back?
They can make it to the front.
7, engine 5. 5. Dave, go over to incident 3 for a second, okay?
5, is it 7?
Dave, you have a key to this Salvation Army building 225 South Marshall?
My key.
7 to operations.
Engine 7?
Engine 5, engine 7, no, that's negative on there.
Same.
Engine 2, let it go a little bit. See what it does.
Engine 7 operations. Gain access to this building, Chief. It's one of the ones we evacuated.
Alright.
The exterior is clear. District 1-8, car 81, Lieutenant Taylor. So you over at Forest, Farmington? Car 81. District 1-8, car 81, Lieutenant Taylor.
Engine 2, if you want to back down out of that a little bit. Put an angle on it so you can hit it.
District 1-8, any unit on Forest and Farmington?
1. 1 on his cell.
I'm unable to do that this time.
Street.
You can copy this. We need a representative from Salvation Army to come over with a key.
Car 1, car 9. Fire
1.
You contact car 9, please, and have them ID me at 3001.
District 1A.
Right.
Representative from the Salvation Army?
Just need a key holder. We got alarms activated. We just want to verify.
Individuals from the Salvation Army over here in the spare rehab. Is there any way someone could meet the woman here and she'll meet them over there?
7's in front of the building waiting for a key holder.
10-4.
Car 9, I see car 1. An operation. Line up here is really not going to be doing any good. The couple times that it's flaring up, the truck's sitting in now. Like I said, there is no cock off left to be bouncing it off of, so really not doing any good. Just eating a lot of smoke up here.
Where's the, can you tell other than, I mean, it's burned all the way to the front. You got any place else it's coming from?
Division C to operations. Majority is coming from the D side, where we can't get at. Could knock down that wall to the original fire building with some hose lines, then we might be able to get an apparatus close enough to hit that side.
Can you do that from the back?
I'll see if ladder 6 can take some of that down.
I can't see any of that. Buildings are pretty much obscured.
Division C to ladder. So the original fire building, you got a wall, the D side wall there. Can you knock that down?
Original building, did you see B side? The original building B side? This little piece right in front of us here? Go ahead, we'll try it.
On operation. Stay up here with this line, or let's come back down. There's really not much we're doing up here right now.
Stay up there.
7, the fire alarm. For 225 South Marshall showed up. We're inside at the panel right now. We've checked the building and it's activated due to the smoke from the fire, so we're going to leave it on disconnect and we're going to have to take care of this alarm later in the day.
Unit operation.
Chief, if ladder 2 can hit it about roughly in the middle, we can't get access to that area. I still see quite a bit of fire there.
Ladder 1 is 10-2, 14's quarters.
Ladder 1, 10-7.
There.
Banking it.
Car 9. Car 9. But 9 have my naming 3700, please.
Unit.
You probably can do it with these stang guns back here.
Operation. Left here is about 25 feet of roof, and that's where it's burning underneath. Once that goes, we should be all set here. Everything from the going back is basically out.
300, please. Have them. ID car 7 at 300.
Disregard that.
Disregard.
Received.
District 1 office to TAC 2.
Ladder 2. The A-B corner.
Operations to rehab. Available to come out.
Engine 2.
over to the rear of the building to Division C. Both of them, 11s and ladder 4.
Engine 2 to Division C. Yeah, you guys all set over there? We're going to start operating these things again. Getting checked out at rehab, Chief. I have ladder 4 and engine 11 working back here, so take your time for whenever you're ready. 10-4, thanks. Jack 1, ladder 2. 2. 2.5, which I think is underneath you. If they start to get you, let me know.
District 3. Advise I'm getting a private central station alarm at 211 Laurel Street. It's saying it's a dust detector.
Send an engine a ladder and I'll go over there.
Engine 4, ladder 1, District 3, 211 Laurel Street on the private central station alarm. They're getting a detector in the duct. That's engine 4, ladder 1, District 3, 211 Laurel Street on the private central station alarm. The duct detector. Crosses our case at Hawthorne. You'll be on fire incident 1.
You throw up the ladder 2.
Responding.
Running.
Responding.
Running.
R55 to operations. Crews available if you need them.
All right. Just have them go around the back and report to Division C.
Did you sign a talk group for this? The 14, charge it. 10-4. Where we at? Where we at? Yeah. Back. 7 at District 3. What address was that? 4 engine 14. Can you give us a little more pressure? Engine 4. We're hearing nothing. Need a key holder if you want to get in.
Three.
For this address, please. Take a walk around.
The rear. Come out front.
Forward to command. This side of the building is locked and clear at this time.
I think it's pretty obvious what it's going to be, man.
Ladder 5.
Forward command, we've got an open window here. I'm going to take a walk through. Command, you got a slight haze in here. Obvious reasons. And also you may get a call from dispatch about a security alarm.
I'll advise them of that, and I'll check on the key holder as well.
But other than that slight aroma from next door,
Engine 4 made entry into the building. Did you check on the key holder? You have any response from them yet?
The alarm company met back. They called back. They made call attempts to 3 key holders with no response. We have nothing in our logbook.
It's right adjacent to
to the fire over on South Marshall Street, so I'm assuming that they have a little slight haze in there, and it's from that, because they had an open window. You may be getting you can let PD know that they may be getting a burglar alarm because engine 4 went through the window.
Did that message?
Engine 4, you just missed the ladder, and District 3 will be tonight. I made him aware of the possibility of the burglar alarm. They have no luck on a key holder, so the best he can do with resecuring that window.
Anything up there with that?
Chasing it right up to the front. Ladder 2's hitting from there. Everything's gone from 3/4 of the building back is totally out. Just a few hot spots. Just that one front part, about 10 feet. Copy, Chief. 20 minutes, half hour, should be all set with it. Main body of fire leads. 20 minutes, main body of fire should be all out. Almost really nothing to burn left up here on the top. Division C. Division C, go ahead.
Someone to man engine 2 pump. Give me water. I'm ready. To ladder 2?
2.
Let's play those 2 streams back further in the building. Let's just get it. But just keep an eye on that. I don't want to get too nuts.
District 1A. ID 3700. Stand by. Come on down. Come on up because we're right underneath you where you're aiming at right now by the trees. Right here.
Silent ladder 1, 10-8.
10-8, 530, 10-2, 521.
Engine 4.
4.
On operation.
Fire alarm from engine 4.
4, go ahead.
Hey, 211 Laurel Street. We're going to be 10-8 from a 745. Looks like we got smoke from the structure fire next door that activated alarm. The alarm has not been reset. We need a key holder to get over here and to let somebody in. But we're 10-8 and we're leaving the scene.
And for you, 10-8, 531. I'll notify the keyhole alarm company.
Chief, you want us to take some of that first shot with the gun? I couldn't understand you. What was that? Take some of the bricks down with the water tower. Put those bricks down with the water tower. Cap. Off. 10. To the rear of the building. 15. Pump operator. 15 cap. 10, you can hold up. We'll have somebody. We got somebody.
You in the middle or the back?
Just see the ladder 6. Ladder 6, go ahead. Go to your original position, go back up. Because right underneath you, between those trees, that's where we're going to be operating.
District 1's office to car 1. District 1 office to District 1A. We have a PIO on scene.
10-4, car 9's on scene.
District 1 to car 9.
Gonna need more pressure. Car 1 to car 7 on fire dispatch. 1, go ahead. Can you ID me please at 3001.
District 1 office to District 1A. Is there any way you can have car 9 call District 1's office?
That's for it.
Ladder 5? 20 minutes are we?
If ladder 2 don't hit it, it's burned right through. She's almost through the roof. And that's
I got him not hitting it. I want to try and burn the rest of it off.
through that part, Chief. We'll be all set.
Engine 4 is 10-7 at engine 2's quarters.
10.
Fire alarm, ladder 1's 10-7.
Car 7 fire dispatch. The spare rehab and a city bus, which has all of the displaced personnel, will be at the Pool Park Recreational Center shelter.
Displaced at Pool Park Rec.
And Red Cross was on the scene, and he will also be at the shelter. Fire alarm.
Ladder 2. Let's give it a shot. She's already open.
Division C to operation. And I got more companies back here that I need. You need any help anywhere else?
The guys that came in originally with us, you want to break them and let them they'll have a decent rehab.
But these guys just got back from rehab.